I decided to go through some of my pantry items, and since I live alone, I don't rotate my stuff out as quickly as some of you with a family would do. I try, but I don't. Plus, some of my food I help take down to the blessing box and things like that. But what I am going to do now is I've got several of these chicken cans that are dented or were damaged before they got here. So I'm choosing these ones right here. And I'm going to open them. I'm going to drain the liquid out of them. I may save the liquid for something. But rather than wait and trust that these cans are not compromised, I'm going to go ahead and dehydrate them. And it makes me some more shelf space, plus it makes this lighter weight and it's easier to grab and go. And I've done this before, and actually this is a very good method to do, is dehydrate this already fully cooked chicken, and it makes it really good travel. It's lightweight. Anyhow, I'll get back with you. Alright, so far, let's see, I've done 8 cans. There's the empty cans back there. This is how much 8 cans is, and this is 8 cans worth of juice. A lot of juice there. I need to figure out if I need to do something with that, or if there'll be too many things in it. I don't know. But this is what it is as it comes out of the can. All I do whenever I do it for my salads too, my chicken salads, but especially whenever I do the dehydrating, just crumble these up into smaller bits so they can be fully dried, dehydrated. And then what I do, you get on in there. Get it on in there. Act like you're playing in the mud or something. Then I just spread it out. This is a silicone sheet, but you can use, what's she looking at? You can use the baking paper. I done forgot. Somehow my mind goes blank, especially with dogs barking. Do something in here, because if you put it just right on here, it's going to fall through these little holes. You'll waste all of it. So this is what we're doing. I'm going to see how many this will do, and if I have plenty enough tray room. You do want to have room for it to breathe and dry properly, but I'll see if I need to open more cans. But that's how easy that is. Okay, I was kind of kidding a while ago. Whenever I do a large amount, I do smash it up by hand. But I understand that some people, when it comes to especially chicken or pork, you may or may not want your hands in there. That's fine. I don't have any cuts on my hands, and I'll wash my hands in between every tray and sticking my hand in. So I got the other 5 trays done, and here again you can use a measuring cup or a large spoon, whatever it takes. Well, the dogs are going to love me tonight because I've gotten stuff everywhere. But we're just going to do this. And I'm going to, this tray I will possibly, I went back and adjusted some of them and put a little bit more on it. I've learned I do slow and steady. This being meat, it's fully cooked. If you do beef jerky or chicken jerky, they recommend doing it at the highest setting, which is like 160 or 165. But I do, this is fully cooked, so I'm going to do slow and steady, and I'm going to dehydrate this for a long time. I don't even go by the time anymore. And the best person that I've followed to get information and tips from is Darcy at the Purposeful Pantry. I mean, she's like the dehydrating queen. So there, I'm going to put this last one in, and we're going to get to dehydrating. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up about the canned and then dehydrated chicken using these dented and bent cans. I still have some more to go through, but I may use them up another way. You do you. You don't have to. This is the finished product. It's very, very dry, but I err on the side of caution. I'll probably still put it back in the dehydrator just a little bit longer, and then I let it cool down completely. This is the finished product. This is what I did July of last year. Dehydrated and vacuum sealed. VS means vacuum sealed. And it comes out nice and dry. This is a half-gallon size. I think is what that is. The large jar. Now, whenever you take it off of here, Darcy with the Purposeful Pantry, which she, in my opinion, is like the dehydrating queen. She talks about once this is fully dry and then fully cooled down, put it in your jar and leave it out on the counter for about a week to condition. Well, what I do, and I did that with this, I don't think I have dehydrated this so long that I don't think it needs conditioning, but as expensive as food is, I'm going to err on the side of caution. What I do is I take just one of these regular mason jars or whatever I'm using, and instead of using the regular lid during this conditioning process, I don't fill this up. I leave enough room in there to where I can do this, and at least once or twice a day for a week, you just kind of shake, shake, shake. And what you want to make sure of, that one's too full, you're wanting to make sure there's nothing sticking here or on the sides of the wall that will tell you that's not fully dry. But here's the end product that starts out here. You do you. You may not have a dehydrator, and some of them can be quite expensive, I'm not going to lie. I've bought two off of Marketplace, I think for $20 for one and $25 for another one. But even though they say that these last a whole lot longer than the time shows, let's see, this was best, I can't tell if that's by 2020. I definitely am going to have to check this. People tell me this lasts way longer than what the best by date goes, and I do believe that. I know personally it does, but after a certain point, for me, maybe I'm a princess and have a more sensitive palate. I'm joking, y'all. I'm white as a house. I eat anything. But I don't like the tinny taste, if that makes sense. Whenever you leave things in a can well beyond their date, as far as harmful, they're not, as long as it smells okay. But I don't like my green beans or my chicken to taste like tin can flavored green beans or tin can flavored chicken. But you do you. So I'm wrapping this up because I'm getting ready I have some expired green beans. And again, my intention is I don't want this. This only expired in December of last year, so that's not bad. But number one, I'm trying to give myself some shelf space because with it being just me, I don't eat up as much. I'm not able to rotate everything, like I should, because right now I'm kind of liking some fresh food when I can get fresh food, and I'm not going to not get fresh food simply because I need to use this up. My feelings, besides the fact of tasting tinny and metal-like, is, let's just say this is Best Buy by the 2023, it can literally extend this some more once it comes into completely dehydrated. Like whenever you buy some of this stuff from Augustin Farms or any of these others, probably Thrive Life, they may freeze dry all theirs. I don't have a freeze dryer because I don't have 3,000 or whatever in my petty cash. But trust me, if I could afford one, I'd get me a freeze dryer. But it will extend this. Number one, it frees up some shelf space. Number two, and if it comes down to it and I needed to bug out, I could put this in some to-go vacuum seal bags or Mylar bags, stick it in a pack, and instead of it weighing how much all this is combined weight, this is not heavy at all. What's heavy is the big old glass jar. But you do you. Here's the end of the chicken. And it works out great. And the thing I like about this is you can use this and just sort of make its own funnel out of this and pour it right into your jar. And then shake, shake, shake for a few days until you know there's nothing sticking on the sides. But I recommend anyone that is into dehydrating, check out Purposeful Pantry. She is amazing, and yet she doesn't give you this feeling that she's just the queen of it. She will make mistakes and even point that out. So she's human just like the rest of us, and I love that because so many people want to cover up their mistakes. No, we learn from our mistakes, and other people can learn from our mistakes unless we're just too shame-based to show that we are real and that we're human too. So this is what I'm doing, and this is at least, well, I'm not sure how many cans. I think I did 10 cans last year. That's so long I don't remember it. But you do you. Love you guys. Oh, all right, scripture alert. I wasn't talking to you two. My kids are crazy. My kids are crazy. All right, I'm going to Philippians 4, starting at verse 4. Rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Excuse me, Satan is on these two chihuahuas right now. Let your moderation or gentleness be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand. Be careful for nothing or anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving let your requests be made known unto God. And the peace of God, which surpasseth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and mind through Christ Jesus. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. Those things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do. The God of peace shall be with you. I love that. Instead of focusing on the storm and the ugliness, focus on the one who can calm that storm and give us peace. In fact, he created the storms, and sometimes he creates the storms to clear a path for us, believe it or not, and to make us grow. But love you guys. Take care.